I just got done with my pallet coffee table. Through the process of making it, I actually filmed most of it. And if you guys are looking at building one yourself, here's how I made mine. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Any questions you might have, throw it in the comments, and I'll see if I might be able to help you guys out with your build. So happy crafting. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of starting the video and then a bunch of because of the lighting, I got messed up and I had to restart. So the first two steps I've already done, but it's pretty easy. The first step, take your pallets, you want to sand those down. You can use an electric sander or do it by hand. Pretty straightforward. But before you sand it, what you're going to want to do, especially if it's a used pallet, go and take all of the nails, and if you have any nail heads sticking up, pound those down real quick. So that's really all. That's the first thing I did beforehand, and then the second thing I did beforehand, I'll show you guys this one real quick, is from my coffee table. I'm going to be taking this glass bowl and placing it in the center, filling it up with dirt, and then growing a nice little grass garden. So if you guys want to do that, or maybe you want to make a little cubby and put a bin in it, or really whatever you want to do, this is what you're going to have to do. Place whatever you want, where you want it to go, maybe one in the corner, the center, like I'm doing. Take your tape measure, find the overall length. We're rocking 30 inches on this pallet. My glass is 10 inches, so I want 10 inches on each side. Measured that out. Same thing this direction, so you get it nice and centered. Take a marker, cut it, and then you're going to pry off this piece. You're going to cut this piece here if you have a crossbar going. Pull this one out. And you should have 2 nails on the bottom and then 2 nails on the top. Make sure you pull those out or break them or bend them down, whatever works. But you're going to want to keep this piece because the third step, we're going to use this one. So this middle piece that came out, be sure to save that. Okay, what you're going to want to do, because this piece here and this piece here, when it got cut, the board is now only staying on 2 nails and it's kind of flimsy, as you can see pretty clearly. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a new support system. We're going to take this piece because it fits perfectly, cut it in half and put one on each end, and then screw or nail in from both sides to hold it up. Exhilarating, I know. Okay, so take this guy here. Your saw, safety glasses, and gloves on, because that's how we do it. One nice cut down the center. So, here we go. Boom. Just that easy. So what you're going to do now, you're going to take this, lift that up, plop that down right there. You can make it perfect and pretty. I personally don't care. I'm a dude, so I'm just going to set that there. And then what you're going to want to take is either your hammer, or if you're a little lazier like me, a drill. I just want to drill these bad boys in. You can do 2. Probably just going to do 1, but I'll probably do 2 on the top and then 1 on the bottom. Alright guys, hey, so what you're going to do next, see this piece that was once upon a time right here? What we're going to do, because the glass hole that I'm using to put my grass in, or whatever cubby or bin, I don't know what I'm going to end up using, we need to raise that up, because if you just sit down here, see how it kind of sits really low? I don't really like that. I want it to sit like such. So I took this piece and then a couple of pieces of scrap wood I had, and I made 2 more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this right here on top of the other board going across. And I'm going to set those there and there. What I'm going to do is just 2 nails here, 2 nails here, 2 nails, 2 nails, and go all the way through. And we should be set. Hopefully it doesn't poke through on the other side. If so, we're just going to nail the tails down flat and it will be okay, because this is the top of it and that's the bottom. So even if we just have nails sticking through, you can just bend the bottoms up and down with your hammer, and no one's going to see it. So let's do that next. The next step that we're going to do, in order to raise these two pallets high enough so it's, you know, at a good level for the couch I'm putting it next to, as well as to put a gap between both of them so you can put stuff on the top one and then the bottom. We're going to use 4x4s. Also tried it with a 4x6. It was just a little much. Maybe if you're using like big pallets, you might want to go for that. But I just have a 4x4 here. We're going to cut 6-inch sections. We're going to do 4 of them, 1 for each corner, and then we're going to nail them to it. Alright guys, the next phase of this wonderful build. Take those blocks that you've just cut up, whatever size you would like. I originally said I was doing 6 inches high, but then I went and measured and I thought about it. Really, I want 4 inches, but I already cut them and they're at 6 inches. So what I'm going to do is just put them on the side. I already have one secured here, so just like so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the bottom pallet. Again, make sure you don't, so even if you can start with your top pallet, make sure you flip it over so the bottom is facing upwards. Okay, because this is going to be the area where you can set stuff on, and then the next one up. So make sure they're flipped the right way for however you want them. So I'm just going to point that guy there. Like so. Make sure you get them from, you know, again, I know you can use, I forget the name, metal pieces, or, you know, you can use a drill, screw, whatever you like. But like so. So do that for all 4 corners, and you'll be set for that. Alright, well now that you have your 4 lifts all secured, nice and neat like, what you're going to do is you're going to take your second pallet, flop her on top, make her nice and square, line everything up to your liking. Then I'll take similar technique, screws, nails, metal joints, or whatever you are using, and you're going to once again connect those blocks, the lifts, to this other pallet. Make sure this is facing the right direction. I guess it doesn't matter too big, but if you're doing something like this, where, you know, like in the middle here, I'm planning on putting something, that'd be a little annoying having to redo that. So make sure you got that set. Do that. Okay guys, now that we have everything connected and hopefully standing, really all that's left is, if you want to check, make sure nothing's loose or wiggly, and then we're going to get painting. But before we paint, I'm going to give you a quick little up close look so you can see what mine looks like. Alright, so I said you can nail or you can drill. I personally found that nailing was a total pain in the butt. The wood started splitting. Nailing out at that angle is a real doozy, but if you pre-drill and use screws, it started working a lot. Started working a lot better. So that's what I would recommend for any of you guys who's looking at doing this. So next step, paint. And we'll keep going after that. Why paint now? Because we're about to trick it out even more. And if we don't paint beforehand, what we're about to do to make this even better is going to get in the way. So get going on that. Alrighty guys, now that we got it painted, you're going to want to flip it over and install your wheels or your legs. If you're installing legs, you should be able to do them the same way as you did the spacers here. But for me, I got a couple wheels. I said they were between, I saw, if you want like 1.5 inch, 2 inch wheels, I think they were, I don't know, $8. These were about 5, they were about 1 inch. And maybe those are the 1.5 inch ones. Either way, they're not too bad. So just take some screws. Be mindful though, I was using like 2.5 inch screws on connecting my spacing block here. On these ones, because you might be going straight through the pallet boards, you might want to go and get a couple smaller screws to do that with. So be mindful of that right there. Alrighty. And of course, it's always smart to pre-drill. That's what I've done here. Make it nice and easy. No more splitting wood. I've already done that once or twice. Kind of threw a couple steps off. Do that to the rest. Just that easy.